Hello once again. Hola. This is Justo, the Southwest area minister here in the Michigan Conference. I graduated with my undergraduate degree in 1983. I was so psyched because after I got my first job, I was making $17,000. I was rich. A poor inner city kid, a Latino from the barrio, 17 grand. So I decided to go visit my two best friends in New York City. And as I'm there walking, I am determined to spend time with my friend Mr. Macy and Mr. Bloomingdale. And I did what everyone desires to do. I pulled out that new credit card and I shopped until I dropped. And as I'm walking in New York City in Manhattan, oblivious to the world around me, oblivious to the noises and the taxis, I am so focused on getting to the next store, on buying that next thing that I did not have as a poor kid, that next gadget which was calling my name. I walk by and there's this odious smell. ¿Qué es eso? What's that? It really smelled bad. And I just couldn't figure it out, and ultimately, I just looked back. And there I saw her. It was an old, wrinkly woman, a bag lady. She smelled bad. She didn't look great. And I thought, oh my God, she needs a shower. This is just horrible. She shouldn't be here. Note the judgmental attitude. But I am a Latino, and I am my mother's son. And as a good Christian, I decided I can do charity. So, of course, I go through my pocket, and I'm not going to pull out the 20. God forbid. Certainly not going to give her the 10 or the 5. I pull out that $1 bill and I turn around and I place it just on my fingertips so that I can extend my hand, feel good about myself, giving her something, but not have to have any real contact. And I did that. And I immediately turned around and kept walking again. And then I hear, young man. And I'm wondering, oh my God, I hope and pray that there's another young man. And I'm looking around, please don't let her be calling me. And she's yelling at this point, young man. So I stop. I turn around and she's doing this. Now what do? Well, I said, I am a good Puerto Rican kid. So out of respect to my mother, I turn around and I go to her. Trust me, I did not want to go. The smell was horrible. I wanted nothing to do with this bag woman in New York City. And as I got closer to her, she grabbed my shoulders, and before I could react, she pulls me in and she kissed me. At the last second, I turned and she only got part of my lips, and whatever she had in her mouth, she shared with me. And I was so offended. In my mind, I'm saying, how dare you touch me? How dare you violate me? Having no self-awareness of how I was treating her, having no self-awareness of how I treated her as a nameless, faceless, personless woman. In the end, I did call her a bag lady. So I labeled her even without knowing her. And I was furious. And I turned around and I left that situation. And I'm walking down the street and I'm about half a block away with my shopping bags from my friends Macy and Bloomingdale. And it dawns upon me. See, I don't always get things very easily. I need to think and reflect. Maybe not the brightest, but it gets to me. And I stop. And I realized that that bag woman was the Christ. That she had given to me something that I had not given to her. So I turn around and I look for her because I want to apologize. I want to recognize her dignity and her worth. I want to appreciate who she was. And of course, she was gone. See, I thought I was the good guy. Like many of us think we're the good person. We're doing the right thing. We do charity. We give money. We write a check. We buy some toys. But we don't interact with people. We don't get to know them on the human level. I thought that my acts of charity, my respect at coming back was sufficient. I thought I had gifted her. But in truth, in reality, even though it disgusted me at first, I realized that she had given me the embrace and the touch of Christ, that she had given me the kiss of the Spirit, that she had gifted me in ways, especially since I had violated her dignity. I had taken her for granted, thrown her away. I didn't know her story. I didn't know her life. And quite frankly, I didn't care to. And that's when I was convicted. Because the reality was, I thought I gave her something. And in reality, she was the one that blessed me. It's been over 30 years. And I can't get this woman out of my mind. I thought I was the good guy. She taught me that I missed a Christ opportunity, an encounter with the sacred, and to recognize that everyone that I encounter, whether they're like me or different than me, whether they speak Spanish, English, French, German, whatever traditions and customs, however they dress, whether they live in a penthouse or in a city shelter or are walking the streets, that they have dignity and worth, that they are my sisters and my brothers, and that I am called to always see God within them. For the Christ is present, not only in me and those that I know, but also in those that I discount. So as you reflect this day, what parts of your life have you had Christ encounters that you didn't even realize? Maybe you still don't realize. So I invite you to reflect that. And where have you met someone who has touched you in ways and gifted you in ways that you did not expect? Recognize that the sacred is always among us. And it just may come to you in the form of a bag lady in New York City while you're visiting Mr. Macy and Mr. Bloomingdale. Whatever I bought is long gone. Her gift, her life, still remains within me. May you find gifts and life that remain in you. Blessings.